Hey friends, so what day is this? Thursday. This is usually not the time that I film, so pardon I don't know what's going on up here. My hair is greasy as heck. Haven't showered today. Yeah, I really want to get this video up. I don't want to miss my upload day. Honestly, we're just gonna have some fun, as per usual. For this video, we're going to be doing some Trippy Simpsons Christmas themed nails. These are going to be a press-on set, just again because I don't really have the time to pop these on as soft gel tips, go through the process of application and all of that. We're just going to make these into press-ons. So hope that's all right with you. We're going to be using some Born Pretty gel polishes that they sent over for me to try out. I'll talk a little bit more about what inspired the theme of this set. Yeah, but I'm really just trying to get it started, get it going. So yeah, if you want to hang out with me for a little bit and check out how I do my Trippy Simpsons Christmas themed nails, then I hope that you'll keep on watching. Oh my god, that was so hard to say. Y'all, I have not showered today. I'm so sorry that you have to see all of this. But we're going to be distracted enough by the nails, hopefully. That is what I hope. Born Pretty sent over a few products for me to try out. I thought we would swatch them really quick before starting on our set. They were a fun selection to make. I had something in mind to begin with when I first chose my colors, but now I feel like I completely changed my mind on what I wanted to do. Well, yes and no. I'm kind of incorporating some of the ideas that I had in the beginning when I was choosing these products and combining it with my Trippy Simpson Christmas theme. So I picked out 3 jelly tints. They're really pretty. They self-level really nicely. I do enjoy Born Pretty products. The consistency is nice and thin, but it's not too thin that it's runny or that it's going to give you any issues whenever you are applying them onto your nails. There's no issues about them running toward the sidewalls or the cuticle, unless of course you like overdo it and over apply product. So as I just showed you, I picked out an orange. I also picked out a beautiful kind of like olive green color. I really like it. This is actually a color that I had been keeping an eye out for. So I'm happy to have a color like this in my collection now. And then I also picked out just your classic red jelly tint. I immediately thought Christmas with this one, so I'm definitely looking forward to adding it on. So I also picked out this sparkle painting gel, and the name of it is Super Gold. It's super pretty, and I am showing you the consistency. It's really dope, actually. I'm very surprised at how neat this product is because depending on how the light is hitting it, it can look more gold or it can also look, I want to say like a silvery kind of color sparkle. I really enjoyed playing with this as I was kind of just swatching it out for you and seeing like how this works. So yeah, I happen to really like it. Will I be using this in the set? I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to try to do so just because I want to use all of the things, but we'll see. And finally, I picked out a 5D sculpting gel. This is just a clear one. My hope with this is to actually use it more with chromes and things like that, chrome powders. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not entirely sure yet though, because as I was playing around with this, I had some issues with the chrome sticking to the actual gel once cured. So I'm not sure what I was doing wrong. Maybe I over cured it and that's why none of the chrome powder was sticking onto it very much. I'm going to try flash curing it before putting the chrome powder over top and then seeing if that makes a difference. Otherwise, I'll probably just add like a top coat over top and then use the chrome powder on top of that. Okie dokie, so now we're going to start. I have my press-on stands ready to go. In case you're new here, I do make these clay / resin covered press-on stands. They're super cute. I do have my Etsy shop linked down below in case you're interested in checking these out. These are kind of like an older model, an older iteration. The majority of the press-on stands that I have on my Etsy shop are going to have the magnet in the center, but moving forward, I'm actually going to be making them more like this. They're gonna look more like this, where I've added the little portion in the center of the cake for your nail to go over, kind of like this. Obviously, I don't have anything sticky on here, but this is what it would look like. This is basically how you would work with it. So, anywho, if you are interested in one of these, they are linked down below. These are all handmade by me with lots of love. And yeah, they're made out of clay. I do glaze them with resin. And these are all also one of a kind, except for one of these. This one here, I actually have made two of the same design. So that's the only one that has like a duplicate or like a sister. But everything else is pretty much one of a kind. So yeah, get yourself one. They're cute. Anyway, we're doing a lot of chit-chatting today, apparently. And here I thought I wasn't going to have anything to talk to you guys about. So I'm going to start with the first nail, which is going to be the thumbnail. Also, yes, my gloves are dirty, but they're not dirty enough for me to throw away yet. I was actually using these earlier today. I just don't want to be wasteful, you know. So I'm going to start off by applying my base colors to this set, okay? And while I do that, I can talk to you a little bit about the theme or how this came about, this idea. So this obviously is not a like original idea per se, because what actually brought this on, or what kind of inspired this design, I wanted to look for some nail art sticker templates that I've seen kind of on social media. These templates that are sold either through Etsy, I've seen some through nail supply websites, but I have seen them in the past, and I thought it was really cool because I know that nail techs use these quite a bit. They're these templates of little tiny clip art. Basically, there are different designs available and like different characters, different themes that you can find, again, all over Etsy, but these are supposed to help you speed things up whenever you want to do some hand painting. What you do is you basically trace whatever one that you want and paint it with your gel polish, paint it with little paint pots like I've used in the past. And what you're doing is essentially tracing each of these with your gel polish or your gel paints, curing them in between each color so that in the end, you can literally just peel off your sticker and then have these ready for when you're doing somebody's set or your own set. So yeah, I thought it was a really cool idea. I also think it's a genius idea to practice painting. I know this is something that I technically used to do a lot as a kid. I used to trace a lot just to like teach myself how to draw. And I feel like this is an excellent exercise to practice painting with gel polish, and then just developing drawing skills. So these are templates that I bought yesterday, 2 days ago. They're digital downloads, and then you have to print them out yourself and laminate them yourself. The ones that they sell on your nail supply stores are probably going to be already printed out for you and laminated just so that you can get to it a lot faster. But because, again, these are purchased through Etsy, very affordable, mind you, you do have to print them out yourself and laminate them yourself. I don't have a laminating machine, so unfortunately, I'm not able to laminate these as they deserve, but I was a little crafty in that I used packaging tape. This is basically printed onto cardstock, and I used clear packaging tape to just cover the front. I had every intention of also laminating the back, just because as I'm working on my desk and things, I do tend to spill, whether it be gel polish or rubbing alcohol, things are bound to spill, and I want to make sure that these are protected. But unfortunately, I ran out as I was laminating these, so I wasn't able to do the back. So I'm going to try to be very careful and not cause any damage to these as I work. I also have them printed in an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. Again, same thing. I did laminate these with the packaging tape as well. But anyways, these were basically what inspired the set. As you can see, I've got Bart Simpson and Maggie on here. And then I thought, you know what? That is such a cute idea, but how am I going to incorporate the Born Pretty gel polishes that I just got? And then I figured, like, okay, well, let me work with the color palette that I chose. And this is a very Christmassy color palette. So that's when it dawned on me, you know, that I should just make Simpsons Christmas theme nails. And because Bart and Maggie look very much like a Trippy version of themselves, as you can see, I figured, perfect, let me do that. And I feel like it's going to be super cute. I have a lot of faith in myself. Alright, so I've got the base color applied to all of these. This is how they're going to look like, at least from the base. So we've got the 2 red jelly tints, 3 actually, including the pinky, and then these 2, which are going to be the middle finger and the ring finger, are going to be this pretty olive green color. So now I'm ready to add my designs. I'm going to start off with the thumbnail. And I'm going to do pinwheel design. I think it's going to look pretty dope, so I'm excited. And for that, I'm going to be using my little gel paint here. These are from AliExpress, if I'm not mistaken. They're not great per se, but I mean, for AliExpress, I think it's a nice little option. I do like to give them a quick stir with my spatula just to make sure that all of the pigment within them is nice and mixed. Sometimes if they've been sitting in my drawers for a long time, the gels kind of settle and you can definitely see that they need mixing. So I always just make sure that I mix them, even if they haven't been sitting for very long. I just mix them every time that I'm going to use them. So I'm going to start off with this length of liner brush, and I'm going to paint an S shape first, then do another one kind of like crossing it. I'm not very good at painting pinwheels, by the way, which is why I want to practice. I just love them so much. They work for all seasons. You can use them in a Christmas set or a circus or clown themed set, a candy set as well. I really like them. They look easier to do than they are though. As you can see, my center is kind of off, but I don't mind very much since the theme of today's set is trippy. You know what I mean? It also doesn't help that I am way too caffeinated and my hands are trembling. Alright, so I'm going to cure. Ooh, this looks so good. Next, I'm going to do a checker pattern. I want the background to look interesting on all of these, and I really like painting checker patterns, even though they're a bit tedious. So I like using a longer liner brush for this because I want the lines to be thinner, straighter, and more precise. Any mistakes I make, I'm just going to clean up with a brush and alcohol. I like having a silicone tool nearby as well because that can also help with cleanups. And I'm thinking another pinwheel for the pinky. Okay, so here are the 3 nails I just did, and I'm going to go over all of the white gel with this other white gel polish from Vanalisa. I just like the consistency of this much more than the gel pots because the gel pots can get a little bit streaky. So this is going to even things out so much more. I think I need a little glitter, so I'm just going to use this one from Yogurt Nail. Ugh, it's so pretty. Alright, so now I'm going to work on my stickers. The only 2 Simpsons characters in this template are Maggie and Bart, so I'm going to have to print some pictures of other characters as well, but that'll be later. And I'm going to mix my yellow, and I do have to work in thin layers with these gel pots because they're very opaque and they don't cure completely if you use too much at one time. Alright guys, so have to pop in with the voiceover / face cam after the fact, after I've already filmed the nail portion of this, because that day I was just going through all kinds of it was just a lot. It was a lot. I wasn't able to concentrate with my face cam being on, and I don't know, I just get really, anyway, here I am on a day where I feel much better, much more ready to be on camera, and just really quick, I do want to address, while I may not be the most Christmas spirit filled person, I may not have, all kinds of decorations for Christmas. I do have my one little Charlie Brown tree in the back just to celebrate Christmas season. I couldn't do that to myself and not do just a little something to celebrate the Christmas season, even though I'm not really, I don't know, just the older that I get, the less interested in Christmas that I am, Let's get back to the nails. Also, my head was in the way for the majority of this as I was painting the stickers, so that was also really annoying. So I figured just get the parts where I'm thankfully showing you more or less the more important stuff, the more important parts. And then I can just talk to you through it. So here are some of my tips when working on these types of templates to create your stickers. I do have to say, I did some learning, I did some growing while doing the set. So I'm really glad that I'm able to kind of gather all of the things that I learned, and I'm able to tell you about them now as they've settled in my brain and I can express myself. Okay, so here are some of the things that I learned. For one, you do have to make sure that you're curing both sides of your sticker. So once you've already cured the top layer and once you're ready to peel it off and then stick it back into your curing lamp for however long you feel would be needed, because it is so dangerous to have uncured gel on your fingers, on your nails. Nobody wants to develop any allergies because that would just be devastating. We want to keep working on our nails. We want to keep doing this at home, on ourselves, maybe on clients that you might have, and you never want to leave uncured gel on anybody, okay? As I said, peel off your sticker, stick it back into your lamp facing the opposite way, so cure the underside. Also, you don't want it to move once you're ready to place it. This is something that happened to me. You can see that it moved around a lot when I applied the Maggie sticker. That was the first one that I applied. It was the first time that I literally was doing this. So you live and learn, So what I did was I peeled it off and immediately placed it on the tip. And I was trying to have it lay flat. It just wasn't laying down flat. And because it was kind of moving about, it was also leaving little, I don't know what else to call it, like skid marks. Is that disgusting? Y'all, the way I was just dying over skid marks, I have no words. I'm so sorry. I profusely apologize. It was just like leaving gel behind as like I was moving it around, and you don't want that. Obviously, you want a nice clean surface. You want a nice clean background. So again, curing it is also going to help with that, with it not moving around. I also ended up adding too many products over top because it was moving around so much. I thought, well, maybe if I add base gel, maybe if I add a top coat, maybe if I add crazy top. And what I ended up doing was bulking up the nail, which then I had to compensate for the rest of the set. And so I ended up adding builder gel to the rest of the nails just to make them as like not bulky because they don't look bad. But they, again, because I had to add so many products over top, trying to solve that issue of it moving around, I ended up bulking up the nail, which is not something that I want to do. And I don't want you to do that if that's not what you want to do, you know? So yeah, as I said, I end up adding builder gel and encapsulating the other stickers. So I did just want to point that out because it wasn't my intention to do that, but I kind of felt like I had to make it all look even and also intentional. I'll keep that in mind for the future. To avoid my mistakes, I implore you, cure the back. Also, the inhibition layer from the gels, from the gel pots, is also going to help your sticker grip onto the nail and avoid that moving around situation. So the more cured that they are under, the inhibition layer is what's going to help keep it stable and also have it lay flat and like kind of in a curved way. Ooh, another thing that I learned, all of these will usually have an outline, right? Like there's usually a black outline to all of these characters. I actually found that it was so much better to paint with your whatever color it is that you're using. So for instance, the yellow of the Simpsons characters, I ended up using that yellow and bringing it over top of the black outline of the template, if that makes sense. Otherwise, there's going to be a slight separation between the surrounding color and the black gel that you're going to use for the outline. And this separation weakens the sticker. And when you go and peel it off, it's going to rip because there isn't enough to kind of bond them together. So by painting over the line, then going over that with your black gel, that is what is going to keep your sticker from ripping. I hope these tips make sense, y'all. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm not the greatest at explaining things. I just kind of like do my best. And then I did do some airbrushing, which I'm slowly getting better and better at, I want to say. And I'm very proud of myself for that because every week I do try my best to practice at least once with my airbrush, even if it is off camera, even if I'm not doing anything, you know, particularly intentional. I do like to practice, and I'm just getting to know the parts of my airbrush, and I do like that very much. So I wanted to do kind of like a Christmas light aura kind of thing for the background on the green nails. So that is what I did. And yeah, I also decided to add glitter to the rest of the nails because it just like, I felt like it brought more cohesion to the set. Luckily for me, these 3 nails are usually all the same size. They could potentially all be the same size. So I did end up switching the position of one of the greens with one of the reds just because I wanted it to look interesting and I thought it was going to create more balance. So yeah, that is what I did. But anyway, this is how the set came out. I'm so happy with it. I'm very pleased. You know, for me, I feel like when it comes to nails, there's always a learning curve to literally everything, even if it looks super simple to do. Like, well, you're basically tracing, you're painting over, and like, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. There's some techniques that do have kind of like a learning curve. I'm just so passionate about nails that I'm very happy to kind of mess around with different techniques and different ways of doing it and finding ways that work best for me. And if I can share my newfound knowledge with y'all so that hopefully you can learn from my mistakes or that you can get inspired by anything that I do, then like that's awesome. But anyway, let me know what you think about this set. I would love to know if you have any pointers too, or anything that I missed, or any tips that you feel would be helpful when it comes to playing around with these pre-made stickers, if you will. Let me know down below. I know that there are a lot of you who are also nail enthusiasts, nail techs, and y'all are super smart and always teach me as well in the comments. And I love reading your tips and suggestions. They're always super appreciated. So if you have anything that you want to add, let me know. In the meantime, that is going to be it from me. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate the time that we get to spend together. Don't forget, if you do like this video, please do give it a thumbs up, as it helps me out so much. And I'd really, really appreciate it. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to hang out with me in the future. And yeah, I hope to see you guys next time. Love you. Bye.